intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Freeman again, a first down carry. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Greg Olsen, nobody ahead of him, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Greg Olsen, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
My stream is
Myers
up,
connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
No, I'm not.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there.
He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Breeze. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. You know, pass complete here to Sanders. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line. Yellow lady, kill. 55.
Breeze going to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
My shit ain't tripping, nigga. My shit good.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while. but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
At the 18-yard line.
47, Mike, 47. 3 buzz, Mike.
Throwing on second down. Wilson. And he fires one incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
On third down, Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. 21 yards there on third down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Now Wilson on third down. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Buying time to his left. He'll run it, and he's got this down to the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
You gotta go to what's new. Just go to what's new, bro.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze.
Oh,
it's
come
caught
on.
by Sanders. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Well, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
You let him catch that, dog?
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Ready? You ready?
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Hey, 0-0. Squeeze, double.
From the 22, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
47 Mike, 47.
All day, just like that. 47's a Mike, boy, 47. Check.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Check Mike for move. Squeeze, watch the screen.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Good. We ain't giving up nothing today. Mike, 47. Zebra. Go.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep. And this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is
y'all
underway.
don't need to play yet.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
14.
Brings up third down.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Wilson. Dorsett's got him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll run on first down. Carson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Room here to run. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A gain there of 21 yards. Breeze now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is first and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
53.
From the 45 on second down, Breeze, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Breeze now to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down, sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Yo, put Kirk Cousins in, man.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they... This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's a gain of 35. Throwing now is Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints get a bit closer. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
35-10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get the rush coming, and he's taken down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw again on second down. Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for the Saints, first down. Breeze now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field the entire...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Brad McDougal, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Wilson on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Yeah.
Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Playing my game real quick. You over here?
Fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys?
Right? Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Looking to throw again on second down. Breeze. He's going to look deep down the field. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Bound to lose one. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. A throw complete to Dorsett, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Now a throw here to his running back, and he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Wilson now 11 of 16 through the air. It's first and 10. He'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
47's the mic. Hey, watch the screen.
Wilson throwing again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because keep flinging it around,
2
you
minutes
throw a
and
couple
this
of
should
picks,
be over.
you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now it's Wilson. Complete to Dorsett. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. They go play action here on first down. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10. Running with Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He gets it to Thomas.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're talking about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheap.
They've got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Breeze now on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints make some inroads here into that deficit. Lutz with the extra point, and that will get them one closer. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Seahawks, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2.
Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, count it, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad error. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more dress though. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, them ain't pesos. Hit your sauce, I'ma praise those. Never save no